This morning, Joe Biden announcing his bid for re-election in the 2024 presidential race. This despite pushback from a few fellow Democrats and several Republicans in Congress. For more on this, we go out live now to Washington, D.C., where political correspondent Joe St. George is standing by with the latest. Joe, good morning to you. Obviously, the 2020 election certainly had its challenges, for lack of a better word, mainly coming after the votes had been tallied and Joe Biden had won the White House. So why do you think 2024 will be different now that President Biden has officially announced his bid for re-election?
Well, for one, if you look at the polls right now, we're heading towards a rematch potentially between former President Donald Trump, who remains the Republican frontrunner for the nomination. President Joe Biden has essentially cleared the field following this announcement, making it official this morning. There's a host of reasons why 2024 is going to be different. For one, first time since 1940 that we're having a former president actively seek his job back, like former President Trump is attempting to do, running for the Republican nomination. The last few presidential cycles, we've had record field sizes. Debate stages were so big they needed to be split up into two debates. This is expected to be a much smaller size. And the other big reason is age. It's a bit of the elephant in the room, but former President Donald Trump, he's in his late 70s. President Biden, he's 80 years old. If Mr. Biden was to be victorious in 2024, he would be 86 at the end of a hypothetical second term. President Biden's beginning his re-election campaign, again launched in a social media post 6 a.m. Eastern time, 4 a.m. Mountain time this morning. He's beginning his campaign with less than ideal polling numbers among his base. The Washington Post, Matt, went back and looked at 8 major polls at the end of 2022, 2023. They found only around 38% or so of Democrats wanting President Biden to be the nominee again, 57% of Democrats wanting somebody else. Those numbers far less than what former President Trump had in 2020 or former President Barack Obama had in 2012. So he begins this re-election effort, Matt, needing to gain the support, energize his base, because the base, oftentimes, that makes the difference. They're the ones knocking on doors and making phone calls in the latter stages of any campaign.
Yeah, that's a great point. And going off of that 38%, of course, a couple Democrats, they might think that maybe they do a better job as leader of the free world and have either launched or preparing to launch their own presidential bid. So who are they? And to be frank, do they stand a chance? And should we expect to see any debates leading up to Election Day?
Well, we should be very clear, Matt. The major Democrats, the governors, the senators, so far they're staying out of this race. Mr. Biden is being challenged, but by relatively unknown individuals. I think on screen we can share Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is running, longtime advocate and author Marianne Williamson is running, but we're not seeing Governor Gavin Newsom of California or Senator Bernie Sanders or Senator Elizabeth Warren, the big names that Americans are familiar with running. So for the moment, President Biden has a relatively easy path to the Democratic nomination. That's not the case on the Republican side. Yes, former President Trump is the front runner, but he's already been challenged by a host of individuals. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is challenging the former president. We're expecting big announcements from Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis, former Vice President Mike Pence, perhaps by the end of May, early June. So it will be competitive on the Republican side of things. As far as debates, Democrats don't have any debates scheduled. Republicans have their first debate scheduled in August. It'll take place in Milwaukee. Fox News will host, Matt.
Okay, wow. Well, a lot of candidates already throwing their names in, and we've still got a lot of time, so we'll be keeping up with that. And joining us this morning with the latest on President Biden's re-election bid and others hoping for a shot at the White House has been political correspondent Joe St. George. As always, we appreciate your insight, Joe.